Hey guys, Denise Mathew here. Today I'm going to do a Briolette necklace. It's sort of a follow-up to the Fiesta Briolette earrings that I made a couple months ago or thereabouts. And it's just using the same sort of technique, but it's using it in a Lariat design. Now I've done two different designs. One is where it's a true Lariat, and that's where, what that means is that when you put it on, this actual dangle goes up and down, and that's sort of, you know, that's considered a true Lariat. And the other one is if you want to have a consistent dangle and not really have to worry about, you know, it sort of coming out of place when you're wearing it. It's a circle, and then you just attach your chain to that circle, and then you just have the dangle as long as you want it to be. I didn't do this in the tutorial because I showed you pictures on how to do it. I just feel that if you know how to do the standard Lariat, it's pretty easy to convert it into that. But if you really want me to do a tutorial, just let me know, and I can always do a tutorial on this as well. So I have a amethyst bead here. I think it's about a I don't know, 8 by 10, and also a 10mm circle. Now the one thing you want to do when you're making this Lariat is to make sure that your bead doesn't push through your circle. So the first thing we do is we're just going to attach that circle to the chain. So just make a loop, standard loop, slide on your chain. I'm working with about 17 inches of chain here today. It's a smallish length. Then just do your wrap, and I will have the link for how to do wire wrap loops and so forth, closed loops. On the bottom. So just once that's done, you're going to slide your slide one of these tourmaline beads. They're about a 4mm tourmaline bead. Just slide one of those right on, and that's just going to just dress up the place that's going to hold on your circle. Now I'm going to do another loop on the other side. Now the thing about this loop is you want to make sure that your circle, the diameter of your circle, can fit through that loop, okay? So you just want to gauge it accordingly. So just slide that right onto that loop. Okay, so this is what you have, it's in that loop. And then you're just going to close your loop like you normally would. Okay, just grab hold of it and then just do a little bit of wrapping, okay? All right. Trim that back, and 1/2 of your necklace is done. So now for the other side, we're just going to put this chain right through. Now let's wire up that bead. So this is just a standard Briolette wrap. Alright, so just slide your wire through. Alright. Tight squeeze here, but we have it. Normally it will slide a little bit easier, so slide your wire through, okay, and then just going to do a wrapped Briolette, just one side up, and then the other side up, and don't have them crossing if possible. Alright, I think I did that a little bit too long, so I'm just going to trim that back. So this is what I have so far, and you can always feel free to do that if you have too much wire up there. Trim it back before you do your wrapping. Otherwise it'll make the top part of your Briolette too tall. So now we're just going to do a wrap loop. Okay, now just make the loop, but don't start wrapping yet. Slide that wrap loop right onto your other side of, that's the chain that you have pulled through that circle. Okay, bring it right onto that loop. And now I'm just going to start to close that loop, capture those two wires together, and then start to wrap down your Briolette. And again, you can stop right about here, that will be sufficient. If you want to, you can use all your wire, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to hold it a little bit easier now just for easier wrapping, and I'm just going to keep wrapping right down, and then I can start to go back up. Just trying to use up that wire and using it all, and again, a little messy, and that's okay. If you want it neater, you can do that too, and then just kind of finish up your wraps right at the top of your loop. You use up all that wire. You don't need to trim any of it unless you really want to. And then you have your wrap loop. Alright, so now that that's done, let's make sure all the wires are squeezed in, which they are. So now this is what we have so far. Okay, so if you see, the briolette does not slide through. Okay, now we're just going to dress that up a little tiny bit more. Now this is perfectly fine. If you wanted to stop there and say that's fine for you, then that would work too. But I'm just going to dress it up a little bit and kind of have it match those briolette earrings I made a couple weeks ago. So let's just start to string on some tourmalines, okay? So what I have here is just a, I think it's about a 26 gauge ball head headpin, and these are all just tourmaline beads. So we're just going to do a wrapped loop, same thing, circle like that. Slide it on to, we're just going to work right on your circle that you just made for your briolette. Alright, and then just wrap that around until you have no more wire, or until you want to trim it. Trim. Do another one. And you can mix and match your colors, whatever colors you want. I'll try one a little bit green color here. Same deal. And then just go back to that same circle, find another space. And what you're going to do is you're going to add all your beads around that same circle. And so it's really going to give the similar look that you had with the Fiesta earrings. But the difference here is that you're not going to have that extra jump ring up here. You're just going to have them hanging right from that circle. Alright, so we're just going to keep adding these. I'm going to do like one more just so you can see, and then I will finish it and come back and you can see the finished necklace, and I will also show you how to add the clasp. So one more wrap loop, slide it on the circle, and really, again, you can use as many or as few as you like. Really, it's what you want to do to achieve the look that you're wanting. So just trim that back, and I will come back and finish the necklace. Okay, so I finished this, and if you notice, I did the other one with the earring. They're almost exactly the same. When you're finishing it, just allow the amount of dangle you want to have before you cut it. So it gives you an idea of how long you want this chain to be, so you could make it shorter or longer. It's really whatever you want to do. So I'm just going to go to be about, I don't know, a little bit over, I make about an inch, 2-inch dangle there. So then go right up to the top of your chain and just kind of cut it right in the center. Just cut the link right in the center. That's all you have to do. It's already measured now, and just I have a pre-made chain I'm using, so it's very easy just to add. But if you are using just loose chain, you'll have to just add a clasp. So just a clasp here, and just the other side. And this chain has an extension, which I think will work really well for the Lariat design. So just put that on and close up your jump ring, and then you have a finished Lariat. So that concludes the tutorial. Hope you liked it. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time. Thanks for coming. Bye for now.